I know seeing those videos, you're probably having vacation ideas, thinking of what to do during the weekend. But the man we're about to speak to, well, he wasn't doing that for vacation or recreation, or what he's about to do now, not doing it for recreation, he's doing it for a cause. And he's about to swim the whole length of the third mainland bridge, the water beneath the third mainland bridge. It is not 1 kilometer. It is not, in fact, it's not the usual 10 meters that we're used to in our pools. It is much more than that. Why is he doing this? What is the thinking behind this? Can he survive this? Lots of questions on our minds. So let's just ask him right away. We're joined on the show this morning by Akinrodoye Dare. He's a swimming instructor and CEO, Ocean 28 Swimming Academy. He's a man who's trying to dare the third mainland bridge. Good morning, Dare.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
We drive through the third mainland bridge. For some people, that is enough stress, driving through the third mainland bridge. The traffic, the fact that you're surrounded by a body of water that is just vast, and that is enough for a lot of people. But you said, you know what, I'm not going to agree for even the third mainland bridge. I want to go into the water and swim through it. You're doing this for a cause, which is something we'll also talk about. But have you tried this before?
Okay, so let me establish this fact before, I mean, at the third mainland bridge, if anyone has done this before, no, that hasn't been done. Well, I've been swimming for a while now. I do this outside the country before coming into Nigeria. So when it comes to swimming, I mean, we are somewhere. Yeah, we can say that clearly. And here in Nigeria, when I got into the country, I started up the swimming academy, Ocean 28 Swimming Academy, and then, we've been doing quite a number of things, competing, and we also did the recent Lagos Open Water Classics. And I didn't even go there alone. Ocean 28 went there as a team, and I mean, we all came out as medalists, so that was not just me alone. So if that answers the question, yes.
Because it's the third mainland bridge, water, right? How many kilometers is it again?
It's about 11.8 kilometers.
So you're planning, I mean, walking 11.8 kilometers is a lot of work rather. So you're planning to swim that length?
Yes.
Will you solve? Why are you doing this? Okay, let's talk about why you're doing this. Then we'll talk about your mental preparation for it.
Okay. Well, let me put it this way. I think Ocean 28, we have a different driving force. We actually realize that quite a number of swimming academy, focus on sports development. So for me, we actually had a different focus, which was sports for development. See what sports can actually do to impact the environment, and not just become an athlete, become very fast, win the medal. Yes, I mean, we are definitely doing that because we have the knowledge about that. Is this not our first time going for competitions and all? We have that. But what else can we do with the craft? So the mindset for Ocean 28 is different from any other academy out there. So that's actually the driving force for us. That's mental states for us. How do we pass this message across to the people? So.
Well worried for you, and it's understandable. But I'm not quite satisfied with your answer to Kadi's question. First of all, let me just talk about the symbolism. The third mainland bridge. We know that we've had a number of attempted suicide cases at that edge of the bridge, people jumping. Some were not saved, sadly. And, tie that to your committed campaign to mental health issues, and now you're doing this. There must be a story behind this attempt to glory. What exactly is it? Have you had a personal experience? Did you lose someone? What exactly is it?
Okay. So this is it. You want to hear the story. It's quite lengthy anyways. So the story actually started for me when I left secondary school. I didn't get admission for like 4.5 years, and I was actually, writing and, doing whatever it's necessary. So I was, within that time frame, I was told I was going to get, I was invited to come and start working somewhere. And for like about 9 months. When I got there, the story actually changed, and then I wasn't paid for like about 9 months. But I mean, within my first time moving down there, I felt like, okay, what else can I actually learn here? What can I do here, even if I'm not getting paid? So I actually stayed there because there's nobody's giving me another opportunity. It's not like I've gone to university or anything. So I stayed there for like about 9 months, and then I met this particular person. I can actually put out all the details out there, and within that time frame, this person was very instrumental. I wasn't paid for about 9 months, but whatever it is that he has, whether it's after lunch break or something like that, like, oh, come, let's eat this together, let's do this together, let's do this together. And after a period of time, he got a job opportunity in Abuja, and we're so happy. The pay was even more than the manager that is running the company, and everybody was so happy for him. And I think few months later, we called and it was like, oh, he's starting up his own business. I'm like, wow. So from you being employee to a business owner, no, we're all so happy for him. And after a period of time, he just called me back and says, things are not going the way it's supposed to be. And I was like, whatever way I can use to support, because after that time frame, things have started, getting better for me. And now, like, I'm very grateful. And, whatever it is that I have in my care, I'm like, oh yeah, use this one, support the business. And then we'll go off like that. After a period of time, like 2-3 months again, he just called one day and he was like, things are getting really, really worse. And I think if I have my means of doing money ritual, I'll do it. I was like, that's not the right conversation to be having right now. He shouldn't. So I feel like maybe because he has actually tasted fortune or something like that, and the reverse is the case now. And I'm like, no, you don't need to do that, and try to help him in my own little way. In my own little way. Then after like 2-3 months again, and then he called again. I was like, yeah, I'm going to commit suicide. I'm like, and then I think he's actually getting, extreme and all. Then, try to do the old talking and every other thing like that. And then it just goes off again. So the next time, I got the call again after a very long period of time, and I got the call again, and I tried getting his exact location. They just tell me exactly where you are. Right now, it's not like as if I'm there, my company is there and every other thing, but I mean, if we are even able to bring you back in and at least put you somewhere, within the company, so that you two can actually start life for yourself, but he just didn't disclose his location, and it was so difficult for me to actually get across to him. And I tried talking to some people around me, and then they made me understand that, this is actually this is the pattern. This is how people who are suicidal, this is how they behave, step by step. And
I hope the story didn't end bad.
Well, no, he's still alive.
Oh, great.
He's still alive. He's still alive. So now knowing that, and like, I felt like he's not the only person going through it. I think we need to voice out about it. So we made the research about the bridge, and then we realized there are lots of suicide cases on the bridge.
Okay, but thank God the person did not die, because we're all trying to know how it ended, and finally the person is alive. So I think you've answered the question I wanted to ask, why Third Mainland Bridge? You've seen scenarios like this, but walk us through how you're preparing for this. This is, if my mathematics is still intact, this is what you're about to do. It's almost like running around a standard Olympic stadium about 20 times, if 11 kilometers. So what does it take? What are the doctors? Are we going to have doctors? What are the logistics put together to ensure that you start and end safely?
In one piece.
Okay, well, if you will ask me, for practice, let me start with that. For practice, the practice didn't start this year. I mean, it started last year. And then, so that it doesn't look like as if you're just coming out from nowhere and say you want to swim the Third Mainland Bridge, we actually, competed at the open water, test it and let people actually see that something's actually going on, even though the idea was not publicly out as at that time. And then January this year, we went into full training, back to back. For medicals, this project we are partnering with LASWA, which is Waterways Authority, Lagos State Waterways Authority, also with the help of Lag Ferry. They are supporting us with some few other things. So they are providing us with floating clinic on the water, throughout. We are also getting boats too from Lag Ferry. We hope to get more of it because we have more spectators and journalists coming on board. So all of these things, we have the floating clinic moving alongside while the swim is going on, and then extra boats, so just in case there's anything. So we did, what's it called, recce, which is the water inspection, know the safe side, where not to get to, where
the sharks and the fish.
Okay.
yeah. So we did the recce already. We've moved through the entire stretch of the third mainland, knowing where it's more, where we need to make some adjustments in the. So even the distance can actually even go longer than that.
Oh.
Yes, the distance can actually go longer than that because
Beyond
after,
11 kilometers.
Huh?
Beyond 11 kilometers.
Yeah, might go slightly beyond that, because there are some parts where we need to make some curves and just to make sure that we don't get to some parts of the water. So we've done the recce, the water inspection. We know the safe side, the safe routes, and every other thing. If I'm not omitting any.
How long will this take?
Well, we should be looking at something close to about 3 hours.
What mental preparation are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Did you hear that? Did you hear it? 3 hours?
3 hours.
Because
No, yeah, it should be getting to around 3 hours.
Isn't that? I thought it would be longer than 3 hours.
Well, there's a lot of study, with the water and every other thing, when the water rises up, when it goes down, there's a lot of study around it. If all the conditions are right, like on that day,
as in non-stop.
Yes, non-stop.
You're not taking a break?
No, I'm not taking a breek in between.
So what styles are you using? Freestyle all the way, or at some point you just glide, or switch to your breaststroke, or are you using, combination of all of the styles?
Freestyle majorly, when there is a need to switch, because you can face any new whatever in the water, and then you might just need to change and do some other things. Well, let's just leave it to that day. When we get in the water, experience will tell, and then a lot of prayers.
If you're swimming 3 hours non-stop, what mental preparation are you doing, to help you all the way? 3 hours is a long time.
Well, I've done 10 kilometers before, which is actually the highest that you find at even Olympics level, which is 10 kilometers. It's just that this time around, this one is stretching more than even the Olympics. So for you to be able to withstand 10 kilometers is something. So it has been done, I've done that before. I know what it feels like, when to get water, when to do this, when to do that. But it's not like you're going to have stop, like you're sitting down and you're like, no, that's not how it works with open water. Even if you're going to have a water break, you are still swimming, and then you are taking the water break. Like you are still swimming, you are moving in between that. So that's the way it works.
You've done 10 kilometers before non-stop?
Yes.
Do you need to take anything?
Take anything. This is, you don't have to talk about that out here, but I'm going myself, like me, I don't know how to put that. There are a lot of things that you don't have to do when you're trying to take this. This is air, but there are a lot of do's that you don't have to do these things, like trying to drink, trying to go on drugs, trying to do anything, because even trying to take some, I don't want to mention all of those things because it can just rise your heart rate and every other thing, and then ends up dropping you, and that would be a big disaster.
That'd be deadly.
So you don't want to even go through that. And in fact, this particular swim, because it hasn't been done in the country before, it has been done strategically.
When is this happening?
This is a Saturday.
Right.
March 30th.
We wish you the very best. We wish we could join you, but we'll just be in our bathtub or in our little swimming pool, cheering you on. So big ups to you.
Thank you so much.
Well, we call it Third Mainland Bridge water, but it's a lagoon. And the lagoon, we hope it will be kind to you. I don't know if you would drink the water. You won't open your mouth at any point, would you?
There's...
Is that inevitable? You'll taste the water at some point, right?
Well, I hope not. But there's even more things to actually face than even drinking the water.
Right,
there's a whole lot
sharks
more.
In that?
Nah, I don't think there's shark inside there. I don't think there's shark inside there.
So what are you worried about?
I've already cancelled any form of worry away from my mind because that's not good for me right now. So I'm just I'm 110% ready for this. But if you're looking at other, little things that I think even because we did a demo swim. We did a demo swim to actually know the kind of reactions you're going to get when you enter this water, the this, the that. We did the demo swim already, so I've experienced like a little portion. I also know that there are parts where you get to like the smell is horrible, like it is horrible.
Okay.
Yes, so there are a lot of things, and all of these things that's why I said it might actually even go beyond that, because we might have to like
change your route,
change the routes, to.
And it's important to work and also raise awareness about keeping the waters clean and all of those things. But thank you for the work you're doing, and we wish you the very best. We'll be rooting for you and cheering you on. You can also do that, by the way. We'll be speaking with Akinrodoye Dare, who is, maybe your name is Dare, you want to dare the third man, the Lagoon. Thank you so much for your time. We wish you the best once again.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
There you go. That's how we'll just leave things for today. A lot of things to chew on, really. But thank you so much for being a part of the show. Don't forget, Sunrise Daily is up in just about a couple of minutes. It's a full package for you, and you don't want to miss it. I'm Kayode Okikiolu.
Yes, indeed. Like Dare, dare to reach for your dreams. And join us again tomorrow. We'll bring you another edition. I am Bukola Koka.
Well, as we prepare for the weekend edition of the show, you can join Dare on Saturday. Check him out, see how he does this. We wish him the very best. Thank you for watching. I'm Jeffrey Uzoma.